Today I'm going to do a review of the Harbor Freight electrical test leads. These are some of the cheapest ones I've come across, and they're not that bad of quality. They have a electrical resistance ohms of 0.5 ohms on this one. Let's see how consistent they are. So they're consistent across most of them, I think. Let's try a third one. Yeah, they're nice and consistent across the board, so if you have they need to have very high accuracy, you can just put that into your calculations. A common problem with these, however, is this insulative sleeve here comes off very easily. I'm going to show you how you can easily fix this. I'm going to show you how to fix test leads that have this problem where this protective cover here just easily slides off. First, this joint is usually just crimped. I recommend putting a little bit of solder there to reinforce that one. Next, find the center of it and make one cut. Then get out your wire strippers. Set it to the proper size. These are a 20 gauge. Strip about an inch off the end of each one of them. Find some heat shrink tubing that is just a little bit bigger than the small end of the protective cover, and then you'll be sliding it on like this. Of course, after you've put it back on the alligator clip, you will need a couple sizes of heat shrink tubing. Put your heat shrink tubing on. In this case, I use 11/64 and 3/16. Both of them you can get at Harbor Freight for just a couple dollars. Alright, take your insulative cover off of your alligator clip. Put a piece of the smaller red on. Insulative cover the alligator clip. Go ahead and slide it on now. Try not to bend these wires as much as possible. Then you take the larger size and slide that over the red. And a little bit over the black, try to get as much on as possible. Alright, that's the first part. Now we need to reconnect the ends. Alright, now we're going to mend the connection in the center. There's two ways to do this. One, soldering, and two, these heat shrink butt connectors here that you crimp on. I don't like crimp connections just because I find they're really a pain to try to get a good enough crimp on them. Now, remember when I said that you don't want to get these wires all tangled up when you put the heat shrink on? This is why. They become unworkable, really. Try to weave them together as much as you can. Fortunately, because I got those tangled up when I put the heat shrink on, it's making this extremely difficult. Twist them in opposite directions. Now, if you have any flux, I recommend adding it. If you do not, and I forgot the heat shrink tubing. Alright, since I forgot the heat shrink tube and I had to redo it, I cut off the area that I already twisted together. And when you have wires that aren't all mangled, it's a whole lot easier to fold them together. The reason why I weave these together instead of the wire strands and just twist in opposite directions against each other is because when you do that, you'll have these sharp little bumps on either side that when you put the heat shrink tubing on, it tends to puncture it. The little nub can also catch on stuff and tear. You don't have to solder this if you're going to be using it as light duty. You can just braid them together kind of like this and then put a couple layers of heat shrink tubing over it and it'll probably stay in place just fine, but I'm not exactly easy on these things. Alright, now once that's cooled off, you just put your heat shrink tubing over the connection. Oh, by the way, be careful when you touch it because this is going to be hot. And if you try to slide the tubing over when it's still hot, it'll actually start shrinking on you. Now you have an incredibly strong joint.